Hi, it's Amy from Sugar'd Chilliwack. One of the questions that we get all the time is, how different is sugaring from waxing really? Or isn't it pretty much the same thing? And the answer is no, it's not the same thing. Similar, yes, similar to how a man and a woman are both human, but they are two very different creatures. So the first thing that makes sugaring different from waxing is what it's made out of. Our sugar paste is literally a combination of white sugar, tap water from Abbotsford, British Columbia, where the product is made, and citric acid, otherwise known as lemon juice. The second thing that makes sugaring different from waxing is the direction. With shaving, you go against the grain. With waxing, you go against the grain. With sugaring, we remove in the direction that the hair would naturally come out. So the application is put on in the opposite direction of waxing. We put the sugar paste on against the grain and we remove it with the hair direction where it would naturally fall out. Have you ever taken a pair of tweezers and gone to tweeze your eyebrows or some other part of your body? It's way more comfortable and way less painful to remove the hair in the direction that it would naturally come out. There's also less resistance, so there's less chance for a snapback, a broken hair, and that's what causes an ingrown. So those two differences are really truly what makes sugaring better than waxing, better than shaving, and frankly the best hair removal method in the world. But what we're going to show you is exactly how that works. Over the last 2 weeks, Sara Geiger and myself from Sugar'd Chilliwack have created an experiment, and we videoed it. And now I would like to show you the results of our experiment. So here are the 3 products we're going to use in the same order. So we're using the Parissa, they call it body sugar, but it is a wax product, but it's the sugar version of a wax product. Then we have the traditional warm them up with your hands wax strips, also by Parissa, and then we have the sugar paste by Sugar'd. Sara Geiger is our lovely guinea pig who actually came up with this idea, so she can't complain. Yay. Well, she can complain. We're doing crazy things to her, but she's our volunteer for this.
I want to debunk all the naysayers out there because the #1 question I get is it's not really that different. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do the 4 different phases, and I'm going to do it over time, showing the regrowth that's going to happen.
And the after effects.
And the after effects.
So we'll show you the actual process of waxing, sugaring, using a wax product that they call sugar, and shaving. And then we'll show you the immediate after effect. And then over the next few weeks, Sara will take lovely videos and pictures of her gorgeous legs that we have done all sorts of beautiful drawing on. So we can show you what happens. So we have, PS is the Parissa brand sugar. So it's still a wax, but they call it sugar. Our Sugar'd actual sugar. She's gonna shave, which has been a couple of years since we've owned it. We've actually had to send my boyfriend to the store to buy a razor, and then the Parissa wax. And so on each leg, we have an inner and an outer, an upper and a lower. So it's completely 4 different quadrants. So you can't just say, oh, well, the ankles are better than a different part of the leg. We're trying to be as fair as possible. So one of the 2 waxing kits that we got for our experiment today is this. So we decided if we're going to compare sugaring to waxing, one of our wax options is what waxing companies call sugar. So just to show you, this is the ingredients on the bottom of this body sugar, don't be fooled, it's wax kit. So yes, there's sugar and yes, there's water, but there are also quite a few chemicals. And then it also has ingredients for an oil that is what is needed to put on your skin to get any residue from the wax off. But might I remind you, you just removed hair follicles from your pores. You don't want to put oil on because if that oil stays in your skin as your pores close, it will become a pimple. So right off the bat, not a good idea. So these are the instructions for the body sugar kit. And I'm just going to show you right here. It specifically tells you to apply talc powder. Do not use baby powder or talc powder. It has been linked numerous times to different forms of cancer, which is why we do not use baby powder or talc powder at any Sugar'd location. And the second product, wax strip product that we'll be using in our example today is this quick and easy wax strip, also by Parissa. We wanted to really show apples to apples. So we're using the same brand, but it's a completely different format. See? We're gonna apparently be warming these babies up with our hands, putting them on, and seeing how that compares to their version of what they call body sugar and real body sugar by Sugar'd. Ingredients: glycerol, rosonate, ricinus. Oh, I feel like I'm doing a Harry Potter spell. So again, just like the body sugar by Parissa kit, it comes with oil, which we've already discussed why putting oil on your skin immediately after removing your hair is very, very bad. And in the instructions, it suggests putting talc on. Please, please, if you're going to do some form of at-home, use cornstarch. If you're not going to use the Sugar'd Dry that we have here, do not use talc. It's just not good for you, and it has been linked to cancer way too many times. And this is the Sugar'd at-home sugar paste kit. So you can see it comes with a fair amount of sugar paste, which is sugar, there's the ingredients right on there, water, and citric acid, which is from lemon juice. So 3 fantastic, nice natural ingredients, a lot of sticks so that you do not have to double dip, and some nice looking cloths for the application. It also comes with instructions, just like the waxing kits did, but what we also include is a link to a YouTube channel so you can see videos of how to properly use this kit and sugar yourself at home with the at-home Sugar'd kit. Okay, so this is the Parissa body sugar that we're going to start with. So this is the first quadrant we're going to do. They gave us 2 different sticks and nothing in the instructions mentioned what to do, so I'm not 100% sure. Now, okay, so I've microwaved this little container for 20 seconds like the instructions told me to do. And I'm going to put it on with the hair growth in the direction, oh, this is like against everything I've ever been told to do. And now I guess I have to double dip because they didn't give me more sticks. Or maybe I should do a strip first. Okay, I'm not used to this. Bear with me. I feel like that's not nearly enough for a first strip, but here we go. I've never done this in my life. I'm kind of excited, but kind of horrified.
I'm not excited.
And I'm really glad it's not my leg. Okay, so rub it and pull. And there's still a shit ton of hair. That didn't work very well. I mean, it got some, like maybe half. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna use more sugar this time, and I had to double dip. So it's a good thing that we're only using this on one person, because you would never want to actually do that with different clients. Mind you, these are at-home kits, so I guess they don't care about hygiene. So I double-checked the instructions that yes, I'm supposed to put it on in this direction. So I put it on in the same direction that the hair sits on the skin, so like pushing it flat onto the skin, and then I pull the opposite direction. So I will be pulling up. All right, ready? And go. So it got most of the hair and felt, but it didn't get all the hair. Not at all.
It feels like it's not doing a whole heck of a lot.
Well, it doesn't look like it's doing a whole heck of a lot either.
Look.
Because I can see hair all over here. Like, all over here.
So here we go over a same area twice now.
Yeah.
Because there was hair that was missed.
You're really not supposed to go back over the areas with wax because it removes your skin layers, and right now all of the dead skin's been removed, but we don't want to remove her live skin because we like our skin and we would like to keep the live skin on to keep the blood in your body. I really hope this doesn't cause damage to her skin.
Me too. I like my legs.
But according to the instructions, you can go over multiple times. So, oh, I did too fat of one here. I'll do a double whammy.
Okay. We're getting a double whammy.
It's okay. Done with love.
It is.
All right. Hopefully this will get all the hairs and we'll be done this section of the Parissa body sugar. Which I really hate that they use that term because people think, oh yeah, I've sugared before and this is what they've used.
No.
Oh, shnikey. Well, still didn't get the hairs and it left some. Okay, let's see if I can, man, I'm using a lot of product. Okay, well, it's a good thing you paid for this. Let's see if this, there. Okay, we've done this square. And those hairs, I don't know, I guess tweeze them because they don't seem to be coming out with this product. All right, so here we go. Number 2, we're going to use the wax strips. And I do appreciate the fact that they have some common sense instructions on here. And again, press on in the direction of the hair, strip off in the opposite direction. And this one, it does say do not apply the strip more than once. So if you don't get the hair the first time, you are SOL. So let's just take a look at the leg pre-anything. You can see she doesn't have a ton of hair, which is thank you to 4 years of getting sugared, but there is a little bit. And we'll be able to show you what it looks like after. What I liked about the Parissa body sugar is it told you at least to microwave it for 20 seconds. Here, I'm not sure if I'm warming it enough. I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job. I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to get this wax all over my hands, but this is really difficult. All it says for instructions on how to warm the product is rub a double strip between your hands. So I'm rubbing, and then it says separate the strips by slowly separating into 2 strips. So there's going to be wax on both sides, okay? And then it says press on, smooth down sticky side of wax strip firmly onto skin in the direction of hair growth, and then zip off immediately. Not rip off, zip off. Not even kidding you.
Not looking forward to the zip off.
Zip off. Okay, so I've warmed this baby. Now we're going to separate this baby. And
oh God.
I guess do we use both sides of it?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna put this right in the corner there, and I'm gonna put it on the way it said. Apply in the direction of the
If you
hair
hear
growth.
a bleep, I apologize.
And we're going to hold the skin nice and tight, and we're going to zip it off quickly against the grain. Okay, so there's hair. That's good.
Yay.
I like that it doesn't use nearly as much product as the other one. I don't feel like that big of a waster. But as you can see, there's still a bunch of hair in here that it didn't get, and we can't go over that area again. So let's do this one. So what I like about this, as opposed to the other one, even though the other one is advertised as body sugar, it's way more wasteful and you use way more product, and it didn't seem to work as good. All right, ready, Freddie? Here we go. Whoa. Yeah, it got about the same as the first one. All right, let's get that one.
Yeah, you can see.
So
I'm
you
gonna
can
have a bruise
see
there.
We're getting some red irritation and some gross, and there's wax on them. And you can see that there's still hairs left. That's not good. Nobody wants to go through all this pain and still have hair left. So it's been like, what, 10 minutes since I finished the Parissa body sugar. We just did the wax strips. And look at how red and irritated that is. That does not look like it feels good. How does that feel, Sarah?
My leg does not feel very nice right now.
No, and I'm just going to back it up so you can see all of the aspects of Sarah's leg, so you can tell it's just that square that is really not happy. So remember how I said talc is bad, bad, bad? This is a product called Sugar'd Dry, and it's a combination of potato starch, arrowroot powder, and kaolin clay. Some sugared locations use cornstarch. I used to. I like this better, but none of these products have been linked to cancer in any way, and talc has. So we just won't use talc. But the reason I put it on is because when Sarah's in pain, she becomes a sweaty girl. And the sugar will not stick to the hair if she is sweating. So this is going to dry. I mean, she'd be just as sweaty for the wax, but it dries her off, and it's something that we use here at Sugar'd. Now, you'll notice I'm putting the sugar on in the opposite direction that I did with the waxing, because that's part of what makes sugaring great. You go the opposite direction of the hair growth. If you take a look at any hair on your body, any hair, it's pointing in a direction. And if you apply the sugar paste against the grain, this can go in the garbage because your at-home sugaring kit comes with like 12. So you don't have to double dip.
I appreciate not double dipping.
And then this is a really nice reusable strip because it's cloth, and sugar is made out of what? Sugar and water, and it comes out of any fabric or cloth by putting them in the laundry. And if you happen to get sugar on yourself where you don't want it, just wipe it off with some water and it'll come right off, unlike that wax that you need that gross, nasty oil for. Then we're going to hold the skin tight, just like we did with the waxing. Pull this puppy in the opposite direction. Ready? Wham!
Let's look at the hair. My hair is pretty hairy.
So you can see the areas. Yeah, this area we did not do, right? You can still see the white. So the white powder we have not done. We did this area. Look, not a hair. Oh, there's one there.
One. And not. And if you notice where it says Sugar'd, it's still there because that's attached to my dry or my living
Live
skin.
It didn't take off nearly as much of the felt. I'm getting pretty good at this stick thing now. And with sugar, you can go over as many times as you want. You don't have to, but you can go as many times as you want because it will not. Again, you can throw this in the garbage because Sugar'd gives you so many, you never have to double dip. You never have to worry about the sugar being able to remove your live skin because it's just sugar. It's not a chemical. It is not strong enough to remove any of your live skin. It can't rip you or make you bleed. It is just sugar. If you put bubble gum in your hair and pulled it out, bubblegum wouldn't make your skin bleed, and bubblegum has a million chemicals compared to sugaring. Ready? Here we go. Wham! So just to show you, you can see all those hairs sticking up because we lifted them up when we covered them in the sugar. And when we lifted them up, we got way better access to them. So we were able to remove them from the skin so they're not there anymore. This is the waste from 1 square of each of these methods. So first, Sarah, if you don't mind pointing, we did the Parissa body sugar. Yeah, it is the most amount of waste. Multiple strips were needed, a ton of the product was needed.
1, 2,
and
3,
we were forced to double dip
4,
because they didn't give it
5,
anywhere close
6,
to
7 strips.
Yeah. And then with the wax, we actually did the same, oh careful honey, we did the same amount with only 3 wax strips. Then we
Technically
did with 7. Oh, was it 4? Oh, right,
Yes,
because 2 of them, I separated them.
Yes.
So 4 wax strips, 7 Parissa strips, 2. 2, 4, 7. And now, you may say that's because I got better as I went, and that very well may be true. So now we're going to do the other leg.
That's why God gave us
2 legs. So the small sections of leg that we did, we haven't even really done 1/8 of a full leg, and we have already used just about half of this container. Now this container, how many milligrams did it say it was? Oh, look, right there. So it's 5 fluid ounces, 140 milliliters. We used almost half, and we didn't even do 1/8 of her full leg. So you would need at least 2, if not 3 of these containers. And this was purchased at the grocery store for $12 plus tax. Here we go. Okay, so
1 more strip.
well, we're gonna have to do another one after this because they're not big enough. See, with the Parissa body sugar, with shaving, and with sugar, you can choose the amount of product you put on. With these, you're limited to this shape. So if you Now, specifically, it says in the instructions that you do not want to go over the same area more than once. But with a product that comes with a prefab shape, how do we get all of this stuff that we could? We're gonna have to be creative, or maybe we can cut this up. I don't know. That just seems like a big fat pain in the ass to me. Ready and holy fuck!
Off. All my hairs are broken.
Oh no!
They're not taken off. They're broken.
Okay, well that's the main reason that with sugaring would go the opposite direction. Because if you break the hairs off at the skin surface, it's pretty much the equivalent of shaving, and it's gonna poke through in like a few days. Oh no, I'm not happy with this. Look at this. Like you can clearly in the video see the line where we waxed, and look at all the hairs on this side.
That one sucked.
Look at all of these hairs.
That sucked.
Oh man. Well, this product, this is not good. So this box says legs and body, okay? So I don't know about you, but legs and body sounds like everything but face. So underarms, bikini, legs, arms, men's chest and backs. Although there's a woman on the box, so I don't know if you can do men, but I would assume you can do men. What are you supposed to do when there's different...
Please don't rip off my tattoo.
Shoot. I put my hand in the wax because there was residue. Sorry. Oh, there's so much... I didn't even get the hair. So there's a lot of residue left over with the wax strips and a lot of hair left over with the wax strips. And because they're a specific size, you can't really do much because you can't cut them because then there's no edge for you to pull off. So these suck. I really like the product that you can choose how much you put on and what size you put on.
Flat, perfect surface area, which no woman has.
Well, this worked better because we did this and we went up.
Well, it's a perfect...
Yeah, it's a square because
perfect
we drew
square
on it.
So if you're a female that is a perfect square,
then this product will
is
work.
for you.
You know who this product would work really well on? SpongeBob. Oh, that was a lot. Oh, crap. But the instructions specifically say if you put the lotion on, it rubs off. No. But apparently, it doesn't. I really hope that you don't get gross pimples. Oh, there, it's gone now. And pain and ingrowns because we just put an oil on your skin. All right, so the main difference between Sugaring with Sugar'd at home kit and something else that calls itself Sugar'd is besides the fact that there's no chemicals, as you saw on the ingredients, it's literally sugar, water, lemon juice, but it's the direction. So this way we lift the hairs up, get them nice and saturated with the sticky sugar, and then remove them in the direction that they would naturally come out. Way less irritation, way less problems. And look, no hair. So final wrap up, the Parissa Body Sugar purchased at the store, $12 plus tax. About just under half of the, so half is 5, half of 5 is 2.5. So I'd say 2 fluid ounces were used to do half of a shin. So to do a full leg on somebody like me, who's 5'11", and Geiger, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
5'5", so you're small. So, so you need at least 2, if not 3 of these containers to do your full legs. And keeping in mind that it comes with 2 big sticks and 1 of these dinky sticks, but it did come with a fair amount of these. Mind you, for the amount of product that you use, I think you'd need way more product and way fewer of these, so who knows. So you're looking at $48 for an at-home kit. Then with the Parissa wax strips, this also cost $12 plus tax, and it came with 16, because it's 8 of these puppies, and then you rip each one in half. So there's 16. And to do, again, 1/2 of the shins alone, we used 14. 14. You'd need at least probably 4 of these as well. So again, like 40, $50 plus tax.
And you're not guaranteed to get all the hair.
No, you're not guaranteed to get all the hair. So you can hardly see the dip that it made in this sugared container, which is amazing. Again, looking at the ingredients, 3 ingredients. It came with 12 sticks. We didn't use anywhere close to that amount. And even if you think I used way too much of these products, take a look at the size of the containers. This cost half of this.
Day 7, here's my other leg. Here's the Sugar'd. As you can see, barely any growth anywhere. I can't really see any. And then this is the faked sugar area. You can see this is fake. There's grow back, pieces that were missed everywhere. And then this is the, again, horrendous shaved. It's totally grown back. And that's 7 days of nothing. That's a scar, people. And then this is the waxed. As you can see, there is grow back here, everywhere. And then hairs that we missed. So yes, day 7 of my ever so sexy legs. Here they are together. Not fun, they look hilarious, but they're making for good stories when I'm out in shorts.
Sarah's very excited to be getting sugared today. There's not a lot of hair I can get in the certain sections that we sugared 2 weeks ago, but all the rest of those pesky, nasty leg hairs that she really, really doesn't like to have, we're gonna get rid of because she's got a hot date this weekend, and frankly, nobody has time for body hair. It's been exactly 2 weeks to the date since we marked up Sara Geiger's legs with a permanent marker and did some experimenting with sugar, wax, and shaving. As you can see, certain areas have the hair growth quite long. Now, shaving is definitely going to be the least favorable method when it comes to a permanent removal for hair, because it only cuts the hair at the skin surface. That's why the regrowth is so long at only 2 weeks. Now, the one thing that you'll notice is that they have a very blunt edge to them. There's no tip, there's no point. These babies did not come through with a nice blonde tip that your hair would have if you tweeze it out or if you get it sugared. These babies were cut. That's all shaving is. Essentially, you're giving your body hair a haircut. And when the thick part of the shaft, like any of these, starts to come through the skin, that's what's going to cause itchiness and irritation. Areas like this one, where we sugared using the Sugar Natural paste, shows that there's no regrowth whatsoever. You can see the hair's just starting to maybe want to poke through the skin. And this is at 2 weeks. This is the section that we used wax strips. Now there's quite a few long hairs, and they're even longer than the shaved hairs because these ones were not removed the first time. So these hairs did not get removed with the wax strips because according to the wax strips, you're not supposed to apply them multiple times in the same area. And so there was extra growth. However, the areas that were removed aren't terrible, but there's a fair amount of growth in here. It's definitely better than shaving, but nowhere does it come close to sugaring. This was the other sugaring company, the company that called themselves a Sugar Wax, where it was chock full of chemicals, but it was applied the same way. You'll notice that there's a ton of hair left over. Now this hair was not removed properly, but even the areas that were, the growth has come back. We really hope you enjoyed this experiment. We sure had a lot of fun doing it. Myself more than Sarah, as she's had to document her gross legs for the last 2 weeks. But if you ever have a question about why sugaring is better than waxing, how sugaring works, what makes it as great as it is, please give us a call, send us an email, or check us out on any of our social media feeds. Even book a consultation. We'd love to talk to you, and I can easily do a small area on your body, whatever area you're considering getting done, just to show you how sugaring works and why it truly is the best form of hair removal in the world. Thanks so much for watching, and please share this video if you thought it was educational or fun. No. And please share this video if you thought it was educational or entertaining, and help us share the love of Sugar'd. Thanks, everyone.